never satisfied, always on the rise. Looking for a reason just to close my eyes. Man, I'm tired, I don't wanna try, but I gotta try. Who gon' get it if it isn't I? And I'm always high, I'm supposed to fly. Me, I'm full of life, I don't wanna die. I can't even lie, even when I try. Never pans out, I'm an honest guy. Hey, fully occupied, life might like a prison. Bars on top of bars, but I'm never drinking. Hey, can't let anything affect my way of thinking. Kept my circle small, and it keeps on shrinking. Keep my way too strong, everybody's sinking.
Hi, and welcome to another section of Jeff the Master Barber. On this edition, I'm just gonna show you how I do a blowout with guard number 3 all around. That's what we're using right now, and we're using the machine Babyliss, the Rose Gold FX, and the clipper. We're using the Speed Zero guide, and that's guard number 3. I'm using a baby brush. You'll be surprised. The baby brush is the perfect side, and the brush hair is actually pretty soft, so it doesn't bother the client so much. The first step is pure simple. It's very simple. Just make sure pass it all over the hair, thorough, completely real nice. Then the next step right now is I'm using the Babyliss FX Gold trimmer in the skeleton version. And what I did is, like, you see that right there, how it's like a little arch, and then I'm gonna do the arch, the shape up right away around there, using the whole blade. Then for those uncomfortable corners, I'm gonna use the corner of the blade of each corner, left side corner or the right corner, in order to get to those uncomfortable parts. So yeah, anything that you see in my video, make sure below the video I'm gonna have the description of the item. I'm gonna have the link. I'm gonna have in the description video. I'm gonna have the link. Right now I'm using guard number 1. Level is closed, and I'm passing it right there. And as I pass, I use the brush. Brush it too, and keep brushing it. All right. It's still the level. You gotta make sure when you go from top to bottom, you close it little by little. You know what I mean? Don't close it completely right away. And then if it's completely closed and it's not grabbing, then you go to move to the next level, which is the 1/16 or the half, the guard half. And same thing, level open. And then as you start passing it, and it's not grabbing, then you close it a little bit. Well, in this case, I open it a little bit and I use the corner to get that little shadow that it was there. Then I close it completely and I pass it in that area right there, right where I'm passing it. Then no guard, and I use half, and I see that it was not grabbing. Then I close a little bit more, and I keep passing it. Then I close it again because it was not grabbing no more. And that's that's the workflow that you should have. You know what I mean? As you can see, I'm passing now the Andes, the electric shaver. You could use whatever machine you please. You don't necessarily have to be what I have, and you don't have to do what I do. I'm just saying how I do my blowout, or how I work my workflow. I'm not a teacher to say, yeah, do it like this, do it like that. If you're already used to it, doing a certain way, that's good. Right now I'm using the detailers, the wall detailers, the cordless, and these are my number 1 hitters right now. It used to be, and they're still, and this TL line is still my number 1 hitters too, but I've been using this one a lot. Just the simple fact that they're so nice and they're sharp, and always make sure keep the shape up, always natural. Don't push it too back, leave it the most outside possible. But yeah, these I definitely recommend these. They're also gonna be below on the link. You can search it out. And then we're gonna do it in the back. I was gonna use the Babyliss, but in reality, I like this one, how they're really clean too. You don't have to worry about making a perfect line or a balanced line, because eventually it's gonna go. You're gonna fade it in. You're gonna fade it. You know what I mean? So don't waste your time doing a perfect line. That's I mean, if you want to do it, by all means, keep doing it. Right now, I'm using the Babyliss clipper FX Rose Gold half, level. Now we got the 116, and right away we're not trying to make another level. We're just gonna try to right away blend in those you know, basically the lines that create by the clipper or the guard before. All right, so right now I'm using guard number 1, level open, and we racing right where we see that bulky or that line or that shadow. All right, but we're not gonna go too high with it. We're just gonna try to right there. We keep it exactly right there, and we go from left to right, right to left. Always make sure to brush the hair. Right here we're going to the 116 with the level open, and yeah, make sure always brush the hair every time you pass it. Right, see, always brush it, because that cleans the hair. That if it gets stuck to his hair, or also too, the reason why I brush it, just you will know the hair will fall back in place, and if there's any shadow, it will show. Right now there's no guard, and that's half. And then notice how right away, see, show me where the perfect line was. You know what I mean? That's why I'm saying don't waste your time to doing a perfect line. Just make sure that it's all right, that it's you know, try to the most symmetrical. I'm not saying that don't make it perfect. If you feel that you need to do it perfect, by all means keep doing you, but I'm saying, you know, it don't have to be so perfect, because eventually it's gonna go, you know, you're gonna fade it out. Right here I'm using guard number 2, level, yeah, it's a little bit semi open, and we're gonna pass it in that area that earlier we thought that we're gonna go higher, but we can't go higher, because if we keep going higher with the other guard number 1.5, it's gonna keep racing the taper, you know, or the blowout, whatever you call it. Some people in other state or country, they call it taper. Other people call it blowout. Whatever it is that you call it in your town, that's what I'm calling it. Here they call it a blowout. You know, maybe in other places they call it a taper. Whatever it is, it's just whatever you see, and that's the haircut. And but yeah, we're using guard number 1, right? Guard number 1. Now we're not using guard number 1, we're using half, and we're doing details. You know, now that we finished with all the details, that it was just that corner over there, we're using the electric shaver, and we using it in that area right there where we passing it right there. You know, don't go too high, just keep it real low, you know, because if you go too high with the shaver, it's gonna start making line. At this point right here, we got him laying down. You know what I mean? Make sure we got him laying down. Make sure he's comfortable. And yeah, this trimmer, it's, to me, I thought that I already had my other 3 trimmers. It was already enough. Now this one is if it's not gonna be number 1, it's actually second. Because my number 1 hitter for a while has been the Andes TL liner. But yeah, these one right here, man, they definitely hit really good. The reason why I have them laying down is because I'm a short guy. So, you know, in order for me to get to those uncomfortable part and to reach those places, I'd rather have him laying down, and at the same time he's relaxing, chilling right there. And then after that, I pass the electric shaver. The reason why I do this, I want to make sure I don't irritate so much the skin when I'm shaving with a blade. And you will save more blade if you do this. You know what I mean? Pretty much try to shave everything that you can with your electric shaver, whether it be the Series 9 or the Babyliss electric shaver, or this one, or the Wall or Grand Finale, whatever electric shaver you have. You know, like I said, let me keep repeating myself for those that maybe are not listening or skipping the video. You don't have to have exactly all my products and all my machines or do all my steps. I'm just saying how I work and with what I work, but I'm not saying that you have to have that in order to work. Right now we're using the Bone Pro cream. It's medicated. It smells really good, like winter fresh. The blade that I'm using is the Wilkinson. These blades are the best. They're expensive, I'm not gonna lie. A box of 100 blade will run you between $18 to $25, depending on the place that you get it. You know what I mean? but they're worth it. They're definitely worth it. I use pretty much half a blade to do everything, where before I used to use Dorco and for the longest, but it's like everything else. After a while, the company that starts slacking, and you think that is a badge, but then you start checking the other boxes and they're the same. So it's like, time to move on to something different, something new. Let me see if there's something sharper. And sure enough, I have a section. What I did, I bought not just one blade, I bought 7 different kind of blade, and I test them out, and I did a debate. Derby's professional against Derby premium, and the Derby premium won. Then the other it was Dorco regular against Dorco prime, and the Dorco regular won. So now I'm gonna put Dorco regular against Dorco premium on the next battle, and out of that one is gonna be then I'm gonna have the Dorco blues against the Astra, and then out of the winner of that is gonna go out of the winner out of the Dorco regular, and you get my point. But right now I'm shaving. Basically, you be like, I thought you passed the electric shaver. I did, but there's some hairs that still the electric machine didn't grab. So this is where I come with the razor and the blade, the razor blade, and get everything that I can. And then right now I'm doing the eyebrows, keeping it natural. Everything that he asked me, everything that you see that I'm doing is what he asked me. So don't think that I would have not done his eyebrows, or I would have not done it that thick, or I would have done it more thinner. Either whatever you think, your opinion, it's all right, but it's not. I'm not doing your opinion. I'm doing what the client asked me to do, and that's rule number 1: consultation. Make sure you give the client what he asked you for. You could give him your advice right after, like, oh, you could give him your opinion, or like, oh, can you do it like, I recommend you not to do the eyebrows. And if he says, nah, I want the eyebrows done, they're too bushy, so then you gotta follow orders. Make sure he's the one that is paying you. That's one thing about this thing. People get a little bit twisted. They say, oh, I'm my own boss. Well, you kind of are, but you not at the same time. Why? Because the one that is paying you is the one that is in your chair. So if you have 12 of them, that's 20 bosses that you have. You know what I mean? And you gotta follow orders. So that's my tip of the day. Make sure you follow orders, and make sure you do everything to the best of your ability and knowledge. You know what I mean? In every time, whenever you have a chance, free time, instead of scrolling, watching some Instagram or whatever, just find someone that do tutorials and pay attention to the technique. You don't even have to hear them. You just look at the way that they hold the razor, or how they move the wrist with the machine. Why they wear gloves. In my case, I don't like to wear gloves, but the reason why I wear them is because I get a lot of hair splinter. You'd be surprised. I do clean my hands every time I finish with a client, but before I clean it, those hair could get stuck in your skin. So I find myself forced to be using the gloves, and I know back in the days we didn't use them, but I see the importance, not just for the hair splinter, but you don't know what other people's disease they have. No offense to no other, to the people, but I'm saying you don't know what the person have. If he has something, and you caught him, and you get caught, or those hair is stuck in your skin, you want to prevent it. Right now I'm using the little teeth of the combs, and I'm doing scissors over comb just to get those little things that is getting my eyes attention, and I'm passing it right there. Same thing what I did in the other side, we're gonna do it in this side. Right here, there's a strong shadow right there, and we're gonna try to get it blended in. The small teeth act like the 1/16 when you use it like that, scissors over comb. But yeah, pretty much we're getting everything as much blend in possible, as you can tell. and keep passing it. And then this is him before the haircut. You know, this is how he looks, right? And it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And this is how he looked when he came in. He asked me for the haircut, number 3 up top with a blowout. And then this is him after the haircut. You know, look more representable, more clean. You know, if you want to also follow me, if you like what you see and everything, you want to see pictures and everything, follow me on Instagram. I go by the name JR77 Barber. Once again, thank you for your time. It's your boy Jeff. Peace.